Hey world, welcome to 9 Minutes Motivation at 9 a.m. I'm Deepak here, and my life is beautiful and stay on top of it because I work as worship. First week of April, second week of April, 18 to 15, we'll be going to Bhutan for wandering monks. Last September also we went to wandering monks, Bhutan. This is second batch. So I just realized yesterday driving to some place, and my mind was just running about the plan for Bhutan. I realized we will get down in Bagdogra airport, and from there we will take the vehicles to go to a point where the border of India ends, and I think it's something New Jalpaiguri or something, and then we do this entire immigration and get that passport stamped, everything, and we go on that side. It's mean like this is one compound wall, and we go inside and we get stamped passport, and we go that side. That is called Finchelling. That place is called Finchelling. There's an entry point when you go by road to Bhutan. That's it. Okay. So before this compound, it is called India. After that compound, it is called Bhutan. And if I continue at the edge of Bhutan, maybe I will come to another compound wall, and I go that side. That land will be called as China. So before this compound, this land is called as India. That line is crossed that side. It is called that land. Same land is called as Bhutan. And then you cross little further after a few 100,000 kilometers maybe, and at that another line is drawn there. After that, that land is called China. And then suppose tomorrow if I feel I can take wandering monks to Pakistan also. So I'll go till that Jaisalmer or Rajasthan border somewhere. After that one line, that land is called Pakistan. And this land is where? It's on the earth. So it is the same earth. Somebody calls it India, somebody calls it China, somebody calls it Bhutan, somebody calls it Pakistan, somebody calls it Germany, somebody calls it Australia. Same earth, right? If you really have ability to understand, you would have understood by this time what I'm intending to share with you. Same earth, by different people living in different geographical location, give different names depending on their language, depending on their culture, depending on whatever it may be. They call the same earth with some other name, but talking about the same earth, right? It's called, in Hindi it is called paid in India. If you're Hindi speaking, a, a guy in Tamil Nadu might call it some other name. Same tree only, right? Tree only. That even may be confusing. Let's keep earth only. If you just apply the same analogy to the divine experience, somebody called the divine experience as Krishna, somebody called the divine experience as Mahakali, somebody called the same divine experience as Rama, somebody calls that divine experience as presence of Allah, the same divine experience somebody calls it as Jesus, and somebody calls it as Buddha, somebody calls it as Mahavira. Same expression of divinity or same experience of divine, the entire universe. That's why it is called universe. Uni means one, verse means song, one song. It's all a one song. It's a one earth called by many names. I'm not even telling. You're calling a part of earth as India, calling a part of earth as Bhutan, calling a part of earth as China, part of the part of universe That one experience that somebody went through, they gave, depending on their culture, their language, their linguistic approach, their experiences. Somebody gave it a name as Allah, somebody gave it a name as Jesus, somebody gave it a name as Krishna, somebody gave it as Ma Kali, somebody as something, 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 something. And so don't you think, are we talking about the same thing in different words, different nomenclatures, different callings? That's it. Talking about the same earth, right? Hey, one part of the earth, you say it's mine, and you're so patriotic about it. One little part of earth, where 70% is completely water. Remove the sand part, that entire desert part, hardly are left with some 20% or maybe less than that part of earth. In the 20% part of the earth, you have some 0.001%. For that, you are so patriotic. You own it. You feel it's mine. I belong to this soil. Earth is only one of the element of the five elements that we are made of. 0.001% or maybe lesser than that percent, you want to own it, you want to belong to it, and you say it's my mother earth, I belong to it, it's mine. So just narrow thinking, narrowed se be narrowed thinking, that you are willing to die for, that you are willing to live for that you are willing to feel, wow, I belong to this soil, this earth. If the same thing can be just little more extended with more maturity and understanding, I think the whole universe, we are a little part of it. Shouldn't we feel one with that? Like how we feel one with the Mother Earth or the soil where you live and breathe? Shouldn't we actually feel ownership of that little 0.00001% of the universe that we are supposed to be, to belong to it and to hold it? And I think we all are talking about one thing. You call it God, you call it Paramatma, you call it Allah, you call it Jesus Christ, you call it Abba, you call it Krishna, you call it Rama, you call anything. It's like that guy calls that land as Bhutan. This place I call it as India. He calls it as China. They call it as Pakistan. And I think it's as simple as that to understand. Yes, it may be only an intellectual understanding, but it was such a liberation in my mind last evening when I was driving. What a liberation it was. Why are we fighting for? Fighting for just because somebody chanting Allahu Akbar and somebody chanting Om and somebody chanting Avkar mantra, we feel we are different than each other. Same land we own, same part of the earth he owns, and he calls it as, he doesn't even own, he lives that side, he calls it as Bhutan. I call it as India. Are we not resident citizens, natives of the same planet called Earth, calling it by different name, just extending the expanding the whole understanding? Is everything is one. Just we are relating with a small part of it and want to have ownership of it. And if we should have ownership of it, then we will feel one of the entirety. The day you will experientially understand that you are part of that, you are one part of that entirety, that infinity, that will be your moment of liberation. That will be your moment of moksha. That will be your salvation, that freedom. And in that freedom, let's see if we can live together. It will be a wonderful world to live in. With that belief, let's start this beautiful day. Here we go. So, guys, go get set and grow.